Mercury, where we looked through a powerful telescope to view the stars and a few planets. If you know what you are looking for, you can see all 8 planets at different points in the year. On our tour, the staff told us about other devices that are used to take closer views of the planets and about all the cool things people have learned from studying these images.
What do you
Click the
want?
hotspots to see my favorites. Then click Next when you are ready to continue your journey into our solar system.
Muhammad Mazen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Muhammad, do you know how many planets in the solar system?
I think, yeah, I think 9.
Can you count now from the screen?
1,
Don't count
2,
the sun. Don't count the sun.
8. There's 8.
Yeah.
8.
There are 8 planets. And you know what is the nearest planet to the Earth, to the sun?
The
Is
moon?
Mercury. No. The moon is not planet.
Earth.
Okay, thank you. No, not Earth. Mercury. Mu'taz, yes, Mu'taz?
Mister, I wish to do something. Can I do Aslan something?
What?
Like, I wanna do anything. Like, give me any question.
Any question? Okay. So, do you remember what is the distance between Earth and the sun?
Yes. 150 million miles away.
Kilometers. You know, miles is bigger than kilometer. Mile is another unit. Okay. What is the distance between the Earth and the moon?
The Earth and the moon, 360
and 84,000
and 84,000 miles.
Kilometers.
Kilometers?
Kilometers. The miles, it's another number. By the way, you have a good memory.
What?
You have a good memory.
I know, but I don't have a good memory with kilometers and miles.
So try to remember it the next time. Thank you very much, Mu'taz. Now let's see the planets here.
We learned that Mercury is often visible with binoculars in our night sky, but it just looks like a tiny dot. From spacecraft that have traveled near the planet, we have learned that the surface of Mercury has craters and smooth plains.
Oh my God, Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. So can we live on the surface of Mercury, Abdul Mohsen?
No, it was too hot.
Wow. If we go there.
Because the reflection of, because the sun is a big star, and more light, and it is the nearest planet to it, the surface gets hot. And
You know, Abdul Mohsen, let me tell you something.
Mister, but
yes.
Do you want the project PDF?
Yeah, I want it PDF or okay. Word file. You know, the sun is not a big star. The sun is a small star or a medium star.
Okay.
There is a lot of stars. You know how many stars in the universe?
Many, unlimited.
Like how many? 100,000, 10,000?
I'm not sure, but it's unlimited.
Unlimited. You are close to the right answer. It's billions and billions of stars. Even we can say it's unlimited. Only the Almighty who knows the number of stars in the sky. Thank you, Abdul Mohsen. Now let's see this one.
We saw Mars through the telescope. I love its red color. On the tour, we learned that several spacecraft have orbited Mars and even landed on its surface. I think it's cool that Mars has 2 moons orbiting it.
So this is Mars. It's the 4th planet from the sun. And we can see planet Mars from the Earth. If you look in the clear night to the sky, you'll find it like a small dot, and it's a little bit red. This is Mars. The last one here.
We weren't able to see Neptune that night, so we couldn't check out its blue color or dark spot. The scientists told us that only one spacecraft has traveled to Neptune, so we have a lot to learn. We do
Okay.
know that Neptune has faint rings and 13 moons. Can you
Oh,
imagine what it would look like to see that many moons in the night sky?
13 moons for planet Neptune. And we have only one moon. For planet Earth, only one moon. But for planet Neptune, 13 moons. And we can't see planet Neptune from our planet, from Earth, without using telescope, and not any telescope. Supposed to be a strong, very strong telescope to see Neptune. Okay. Okay, Razan, what do you want? I think you have something to say.
Teacher,
Yes.
and Neptune is called because it's far.
Yeah, you're right. It's very, very
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, and Jupiter, not Jupiter.
No.
I
Saturn?
forgot its name.
Saturn?
No, not Saturn.
Mars?
Jupiter? No, one of the planet rotate 55 day and night. One of
Okay.
the planet.
We will learn all the information about the planets now. Okay, thank you for adding this information. Thank you.
Welcome to the lesson, What are the planets in our solar system?, where you'll learn about the planets and other objects in our solar system. You'll also find out about how the planets within the solar system are different from one another. The vocabulary words for this lesson are solar system and planet. Click each word to find out more about it.
Suleiman, how many planets here in the solar system? Okay, let's learn more about the solar system and planets.
Solar system. A star and all the planets and other objects that revolve around it.
Again, a solar system.
Solar system. A star and all the planets and other objects that revolve around it.
Amjad, solar system. Amjad, read that.
Where a star and all the planets and other objects that revolve around it.
Okay, what is the only star in our solar system?
I know. The sun.
The sun, right. Let's see then the next one. Planet. What I mean by planet? Wait.
Planet. A large round body that revolves around a star in a clear orbit.
Okay, so Muhammad Sultan, what is planet?
The planet that
A large round body.
Mister, I can't see clearly. I can't see,
Okay,
so
okay.
I can.
Wait a minute, wait. Now, can you see?
No, please.
Okay, so listen again.
Planet. A large round body that revolves around a star in a clear orbit.
So you can say the Earth is a planet as Earth orbits around the sun.
And we in it, the people
Yeah.
living on it.
The only planet known with life is planet Earth. Can we live on Mars? Can we live
No.
on Venus?
No.
Can we live inside the sun?
No.
Of course
If, you,
not.
if we live in the sun, we're burned because the hot. We're burned.
We're melted. We'll be melted.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Let's come back to the lesson.
It's hard to imagine anything bigger than the whole world, but Earth isn't even the biggest planet within our solar system. Do you know what is the largest planet? Jupiter is. In fact, Jupiter is as wide as 11 Earths.
Oh, wow. So look at Jupiter here. Jupiter's diameter is 11 times as big as Earth. Oh, wow. So we can put like in the diameter here is 11 Earth. It's very, very big, Jupiter. And I think that Jupiter has 4 moons, and we're gonna discover it later.
A solar system is a star and everything that revolves around it. Do you know how many stars there are in our solar system? That's right, 1. Every solar system has at least 1 star. Ours is the Sun. Click the highlighted spots on the image to learn more.
Better, how many stars in our solar system? Okay, the same question, Manaf. Manaf, are you there?
Yes.
How many stars in our solar system?
Yes. 1.
Only one, the sun, this one.
Life on Earth depends on the Sun. The Sun provides energy, light, and heat. The Sun is not a very big star, but it is the biggest object in our solar system.
Okay, let's see this one.
Mister, is really one of the biggest
What?
star? The
What do you-
sun is so big.
It's so big. It's like a million times of the size of planet Earth.
Oh my God.
Look here
So big.
at the size of the sun and the size of planet Earth. Let's figure out where is Earth. Even I can't see it here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is planet Earth, I think.
A planet is a large round body that revolves around a star. There are 8 planets in our solar system. Earth is the only one known to support life. Earth's distance from the Sun and Earth's atmosphere make Earth a safe place to live. Some planets have many moons. Earth has 1.
So we can put inside the sun around million Earth.
Yes, teacher.
Where are you, Badr?
Here.
Here. I know that you are here. Okay.
Planets are categorized as inner and outer planets based on what they're made of and how far they are from the Sun. The inner planets all have solid surfaces.
So the inner planets all have solid surfaces, like Earth, Mercury, and Venus. Let's see this one.
The outer planets orbit the Sun outside the asteroid belt. They are made mostly of gases and are much larger than the inner planets.
So the outer planets are made of gases. Now let's see these bodies in the space.
An area called the asteroid belt lies between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids are rocky bodies that orbit the Sun. They're much smaller than Earth and are spread far apart from one another in the asteroid belt. To make it easier for you to see, we increase the size of the asteroids relative to the planets in this image. In reality, they are much smaller and farther apart.
Danny, there is something called asteroid. Where can we find it? Ahmed? Ahmed Mahjoub?
Teacher, yeah.
Where can we find asteroids? Between what planet and what planet? Look again.
Teacher,
Yes.
did you ask me something?
Yes. Where are you?
I had to go to the bathroom.
Without permission? Okay, Danny. Where can we find asteroids? Listen.
An area
Asteroids, we
called
can
the
find them
asteroid
in the
belt
space.
lies between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids are rocky bodies that orbit the Sun. They're much smaller than Earth and are spread far apart from one another in the asteroid belt. To make it easier for you to see, we increase the size of the asteroids relative to the planets in this image. In reality, they are much smaller and farther apart.
So we can find that in the orbit between Jupiter and Mars. Okay, Danny? Ahmed, are you there? Okay.
The planets are all very far apart and far from the Sun. It would be very difficult to measure these distances in feet or meters, or even in miles or kilometers. Astronomers use astronomical units to describe distances in space. Earth's average distance from the Sun is 1 astronomical unit, or AU. 1 AU is 150 million kilometers. Click the dots on the line to find out more about each planet.
So as you know, there is a big distance in the space. We can't find the distance between the planet and another planet by using meter or kilometer or even miles. So we can use another unit called AU, astronomical unit, and it's equal 150 million kilometers. 150 million kilometers.
Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It is about 0.4 AU from the Sun. It is also the smallest planet, about the size of Earth's moon.
So Mercury is the smallest planet and the closest one to the Sun. Venus?
Venus is about the same size as Earth. It is about 0.7 AU from the Sun. It has a thick atmosphere made up mostly of carbon dioxide that traps heat, making Venus the hottest planet in the solar system.
Okay, let's see Earth.
Earth is 1 AU from the Sun. Its distance from the Sun and its atmosphere make it possible for life as we know it to survive.
Okay. Mars?
Mars is the farthest inner planet from the Sun. It is 1.5 AU from the Sun. There is evidence that there may have been liquid water on Mars at one time. Mars has polar ice caps made of frozen water below a thin layer of frozen carbon dioxide.
Jupiter?
Jupiter is an outer planet. Its surface is made of gases. Jupiter is 5.2 AU from the Sun. Jupiter has more than 60 known moons.
For there are 60 moons for Jupiter, 60 moons for one planet. Oh wow. Really big. Saturn?
Saturn, an outer planet, is 9.6 AU from the Sun. All of the outer planets have rings, but Saturn's are the most obvious.
Also, you can notice this rings around the orbit, around the planet Saturn.
Uranus is 19.2 AU from the Sun. That means that it is almost 10 AU from Saturn. Uranus's diameter is 4 times as large as Earth's. It has at least 27 moons. Uranus is 19.2 AU from the Sun. That means that it is almost 10 AU from Saturn. Uranus's diameter is 4 times as large as Earth's. It has at least 27 moons.
27 moons for Uranus. The last one, Neptune.
Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun. It is about 30 AU from the Sun. Neptune has 13 known moons.
Okay, Suleiman. Okay, so as we said, there are 13 known moons for Neptune.
Now that you've learned about all the planets, see if you can put them in order from closest to the Sun to farthest from the Sun. Drag each label to the correct planet.
Manef?
Yes.
Manef,
Yes, Mr.
put the planets in order from nearest to farthest from the Sun. What do you think about the first planet, the closest one to the Sun? It's Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Earth, Venus, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus.
Neptune.
Sure?
Yes.
The nearest one, the closest one to the Sun, this one.
Yes.
It's
Marquis.
Mercury. Okay.
Mercury.
So this is the first one, Mercury, the first planet, and the closest one to the Sun. Okay, Manef?
Okay.
Thank you. Danny, what about the second one? Danny? Okay. Ahmed Mahjoub. Let's see Badr. Badr?
Yes.
Badr, Manef said that Mercury is the closest one, the closest planet to the Sun. And this is number 1. What is number 2?
Mars.
Number 2 is Mars.
Are you sure? We said Mercury,
Yes.
then there is a planet
No,
between Mercury and Earth called
Jupiter.
Venus. Venus. Okay?
Venus.
Venus. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Nether,
Yay.
planet number 3, what do you think?
Hey.
This one. Yeah, of course. The blue one.
Oh, nobody knows it.
Thank you, Nether.
Mister,
Yes?
I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
You know the thing in space that is color is purple?
Something purple in the space?
Yep.
What is it?
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's I saw it sometime. One day I saw it and I don't remember what.
There is a lot of colors in the space. So
Yeah,
can you
I know.
search about it and tell me later?
Okay, only don't forget Mister.
Okay. Thank you, Nether. Abdullah? Abdullah?
Yes.
Planet number 4, what do you think? We said Mercury, Venus, Earth. What do you think about planet 4, this one?
Mars.
Perfect. Mars. Planet Mars. Thank you. Jamal?
Yes.
After Mars, the biggest one.
Okay, Fat Jupiter.
What?
At Jupiter.
Jupiter. Right. Okay. Talal Al-Ghamdi. After Jupiter.
Finally.
Don't worry. What is after Jupiter?
After Jupiter is
This one known with
Saturn.
rings.
Saturn.
Saturn. No, you're right. Okay. Rosen. After Saturn. Rosen. Then Ahmed Mahjoub.
Uranus ما أعرف. It's blurred.
Uranus or Neptune
yeah.
after Saturn.
Of course Uranus.
Okay. And the last one, Ahmed Mahjoub.
Yeah.
What do you think of the last one? Neptune. Do you know that?
Great job! The planets revolve around the Sun in the following order, from closest to farthest away: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Mercury is 0.4 AU from the Sun. Earth is 1 AU from the Sun. Neptune is 30 AU from the Sun.
And we said 1 AU is equal to 150 kilometers. I'm sorry, 150 million kilometers. This is 1 AU. So if I ask you here, Abdul Mohsen.
Yes.
1 AU is equal to 150 million kilometers. Okay? What about 2 AU? Think about it. 1 AU is equal to 150 million kilometers. What about 2 AU?
Wait, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Wait, give me a second.
What is the double of 150?
300 million.
Yeah, 300 million kilometers. Thank you.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are called the inner planets because they're the ones closest to the Sun. They're also called the terrestrial planets. Terrestrial means like Earth. Unlike the outer planets, the inner planets are made mostly of rocky material. However, they're not all the same. Click the images to learn more about each inner planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It is also the smallest planet in our solar system. Mercury's atmosphere is very thin, which means that there are very few gases near Mercury's surface. When it is nighttime, it is very, very cold. When it is daytime, it becomes very hot. Venus is about the same size as Earth. However, Venus is much, much hotter. It has a thick, cloudy atmosphere that traps heat. Earth's atmosphere protects the surface from the sun's ultraviolet rays and keeps the temperature relatively comfortable. Earth is the only known planet with oceans of water. The oceans help keep Earth's temperature stable. Mars has a very thin atmosphere. It is much colder than Earth. Robotic spacecraft have gathered data about the surface of Mars. These missions have found evidence of liquid water, including drainage patterns and even islands in the middle of what are now dry stream beds.
Sometimes the scientists say that the Mars planet is the red planet. Do you know why? because of some iron, a lot of iron on the surface of this planet.
The asteroids in the asteroid belt orbit the Sun. Beyond that are the outer planets. The outer planets are much larger than the inner planets and are made mostly of gases. Because of this, the outer planets are often called gas giants. Click the dots on the line to learn more. One of the most famous features on Jupiter is the Great Red Spot. Astronomers have discovered that this is a huge rotating storm. The outer layers of Jupiter are made of gases, but the center, or core, is thought to be a solid. This core is surrounded by layers of liquid and then gases. Jupiter has more than 60 known moons.
Muhammad Sultan, how many moons for Jupiter? Manef, how many moons for Jupiter?
Yes, mister?
What, mister?
How many moons for planet Jupiter?
What Jupiter?
You tell me
This
or
one.
now?
Anyone? Can you tell me how many moons for this planet? Jupiter?
Muhammad.
Okay, Muhammad.
Two
There are 60 known moons,
moons.
not 2.
60. Mister, what this
The
moon
outer
was?
planets have rings, but Saturn's rings are the easiest to see. Saturn rotates very fast. It rotates all the way around its axis in a little more than 10 hours. Its atmosphere is very windy and stormy. Saturn has more than 60 moons.
Razan, how many moons for Saturn?
Saturn.
More than 60 moons.
In the 80s? In the 80s?
There are more than 60 moons, around 61 or 62. Okay?
60?
So-
In the 80s, I think.
And the what?
61. In the 80s? 80s?
No. I'm talking about the moons. The moons
Yeah, I know how many moons for
for Saturn. Saturn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most planets have an axis that is almost straight up and down compared to the planet's orbit. But Uranus is different. Uranus spins on its side as it revolves around the Sun, almost as if it is rolling along its orbit. Uranus has at least 27 moons. Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun, which makes it very cold. Neptune is one of the windiest places in the solar system. Neptune has at least 13 moons. Some of its moons actually orbit within the planet's rings. Until 2006, everybody called Pluto a planet. In 2006, however, astronomers decided that Pluto is really a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet orbits the Sun along with other objects in the same orbit. Dwarf planets are also smaller than planets. Most of the dwarf planets are found beyond Neptune. Some planets are called inner planets. Some are called outer planets. Drag each image into the correct box.
Okay. Now we learn about inner planets and outer planets. Please revise the lesson and read it again. And tomorrow we're gonna answer this one and write some answers. Thank you, my dear students, for this time, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, teacher.
Bye.
I stay 24 hours.
Mister, can I answer tomorrow?
We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite.